You weren't kidding. This guy is some serious dough.
I know, right? You'll love it here!
Unfortunately, one of us will have to be here to watch over you.
But Weiss?
It's okay, Ruby. I understand her reasoning for not trusting us. I bet that goes to us for not joining in and fighting crime.
And it's the best course of action as Sekibanki really doesn't clean after herself.
Hey!
And do you expect me to believe that someone like her was accepted to Atlas Academy?
She may not be the most cleanest person on our team, but understand that she is a skilled fighter in her own right. The same goes for Kogasa.
Okay, fine. But know this. There will be someone here watching if all of us are not home for one thing or another.
Well, I'll be taking my nap now.
Still can't get over that.
What?
I suggest you keep your voice down, Miss Schnee. You're making a scene.
But you... Ugh! Fine. Just don't be surprised when our alternate selves don't take kindly to being lied to. And the logic behind that was... Didn't you say they know about alternate universes because of this Batman fellow? Strange name. Sounds like something out of Ruby's superhero comic books.
I have to agree with Ice Queen here. Still, that name is awesome.
Come now, Miss Schnee. Do you think I would have my cards laid out like that?
I can understand why Alice and the other girls don't trust you.
Maybe so. I still have the safety of Gensokyo and Remnant Prime in mind. Now then, how did your missions go?
Oh my god, it was so amazing and fun! We got to learn new things while we were there, and the teacher was fun.
She was lively, to say the least. The students have told us the adventures they've been on since they've been in her class.
Ours started off at a rocky start.
She means that there were these guard-looking dudes taking us at gunpoint to these stuffy scientist types. We spent hours answering questions. We did manage to get a sample of that Sandstar stuff, thanks to them.
We had to offer help in dealing with the Corellian threat they're having at the moment.
Very good indeed. Give it to Professor Oobleck once I send you all back, okay?
Are you sure this Sandstar would work on the Grim? And I don't understand the point of these dimensional missions.
Professor Oobleck needed a small sample to test it on the current Grim that were captured recently. And I thought it would be best to experience that there are other worlds that have their problems and ones that have none at all.
We haven't had one where all of us were together.
True that I do plan to give you a mission where all of you are involved with Oopson's permission once again.
That's great news! So, what is it? Oh, why don't we take care of that Brainiac bastard?
Please explain how you would do that if not even your alternate selves couldn't. Besides, the mission had already been decided. What that is will be a surprise.
Grace, Gloria, she would like to have a word with you, please.
Really now? Very well. What is it that you want us to do?
First off, look at this. I already have someone in mind making it. All she needs is the parts.
I don't know if it's just me, but isn't this just an awesome looking chair with a VR headset connected to it?
You have a problem with that? Why don't you get started on finishing that game I told you to finish?
Got it. I'll be finished by... carry the 1, divide by 4... next month?
And that game conference is around the same time. Good. We'll be giving them a deadly reveal. Girls, I would like you to get these items on this list here.
And where would we find these items?
Why, Lexicorp and Wayne Enterprises, of course.
What? Are you sure about this? I mean, I bet they have really high I'm sorry.
Remember that I hold the fate of your family in my hands, you imbecile. I suggest you keep your mouth shut. Now, you don't have to worry about the security or cameras, as what we did back at the bank worked perfectly.
Good. Is there anything else you want us to do?
Why, yes, there is. Gloria, I want you and your sister to wait for the heroes to come when you finish the job at Wayne Enterprises last. That way, we'll be seen as the new terror for them to worry about. So, girls, are you both ready to cause some trouble?
Oh, boss lady. We do love trouble.
Anything?
Well, Oracle had found out that computers and software were purchased with the money stolen from the bank.
What kind of software are we speaking of here?
To make, video games?
What? Are you telling me the reason this thief robbed the bank was to make a video game?
And what is wrong with video games?
I'll have you know I have no problems with video games. It doesn't excuse the robbery.
Good point.
What does Ruby want? Hello? What? Okay, we'll take care of it. Yang, John, we better go. Wayne Enterprises was robbed.
How lame! They were nothing but pushovers. Grace, they were nothing more than bait for our real targets. I know, but... Oh? Well. It looks like some more lies have found their way into our web. And the boss lady was right! All we had to do is cause some chaos for them to show up. What a score!
Identify yourself.
Look at that, Grace. It seems like the stuffy princess doesn't know who we are. I know, right? How lame!
Stuffy? How dare you!
It looks like I even hit a nerve. I'll call that an epic win! Unfortunately, you're all too late to even stop us from stealing anything here.
Then why are you here? Why wait for us to show up?
My, how observant you are. We wanted to see if what the boss said was true. For realsies! Do you really think we're gonna waste our skills on embarrassing amateurs? That would be an insult to our excellence.
Should we be taking these girls seriously?
So what about it, Grace? Should we show these riffraffs not to mess with the Tyler sisters? Totes!
How arrogant.
Remind you of anyone?
Don't you start.
Why don't we make a duel? I'm sure the viewers will enjoy that. And I'm sure you don't want to disappoint all the viewers watching from home.
Huh. Does anyone have the feeling of wanting to punch these girls in the face?
Either way, they are arrogant enough to think they are gonna win.
The real question is, how are they getting all these camera angles? Isn't that impossible?
Let me take handsome over there. I gotta admit, I'm impressed. You're a much better fighter than those losers we actually go up against. Nice one, dear sister. How about we end this with this?
What the fuck?
Deep sign. Water string of death. I knew this was too easy. Don't worry, it'll wear off.
They knew. During the fighting, have you noticed how ready they were?
That they were ready to attack each other before it happened? Right?
Correct. But I don't think they would have stood a chance with Superman from what I heard of.
They would have ran off if he was there?
The real issue that needs addressed is the woman they work for.
How do you know she's a girl?
Really? I think a boss lady explains itself.
I don't like it.
These two metas identify as Gloria and Grace. While I have no doubt they will be caught, the affirmation of them being under the direct command by an unknown authority is concerning.
Are you certain that it's not Lex?
I questioned him the instant Wayne Enterprises was robbed. Given his reaction to my question and his lack of dodging it, I would presume he had no hand in these. In fact, just days after LexCorp was robbed.
Their boss is building something. What, though?
Guess I'll listen to civilian traffic.
Batman, you also said you discovered something?
Yeah. When I had the time, I decided to look into the claims of our new arrivals. I found something interesting about one of them.
And what's that?
Of course. Here.
What are we looking at here?
As we both already know, every Earth has its own vibrational pattern that allows it to occupy the same exact space. I spent some time near our new arrivals and decided to check their vibrational patterns. And this is where it happened.
Alice's patterns are irregular.
Exactly. In fact, here's Superman's vibrational pattern.
They're the exact same. You're implying that Alice is from our Earth. But how?
There hadn't been any reports of missing women matching her appearance.
That's because she was born in the Victorian era.
What? You're kidding, right?
No, I am not. I'm going to give a visit to the Mad Hatter.
Well, that went well.
Went what?
Weiss.
Right. So how do we deal with this?
For starters, I've already submitted a report to the League. Batman and the others are probably looking into it at this very moment.
Yes, I suppose they'll...
You don't look so good, Ice Queen.
Well, we did lose to those two. For all their gloating, they did beat us.
They remind me of myself.
I don't even need to ask why. So, let's go the other way. What are we gonna do about it?
We investigate. The League is leading their own, but as one of their first heroes to encounter them, we should oversee the efforts personally. It'd be better for me to personally ensure that those two aren't running around. Do we have access to a javelin?
I'll see if I can secure one when we get better.
Hey, Yang, there's something that's been bugging me. Do we recall the card that Gloria and Grace used?
Slightly? I was getting a little too beat up to notice.
It did feel like it was off.
Yang! I'm happy you're okay.
Come on, sis. I'm tougher than that.
We started to discuss the card these sisters used.
Alice and her team reacted to it.
So you're telling me they might know who they're working with and where they're from?
I'm afraid they were confused by them as much as us.
Bummer. Where are they now?
Mess hall. Sekibanki and Kasaga wanted to get a bite to eat.
Tsudoso no